Alright, yo, what's good, y'all? Today we are going over the top 10 funnest cards in my team right now. Now, this list is not the best cards in the game, or necessarily the most comp cards. It's the most fun cards. And there's probably going to be some cards on this list, y'all guys, I've never even seen someone use or even used. But I'll go over them and why they are the best cards in the game. Or funnest cards in the game, not the best cards in the game. Let me preface that. So, there are plenty of guys that I probably left on this off this list that you guys have the most fun using in the game. Like Brandon Roy, he's not on this list. Jason Richardson, he should be on this list. I have him at number 11. But he can easily be even up here for some people. Now again, this is the most fun cards in the game to use that I think are the most fun to use. And honestly, if I'm being wholeheartedly honest, Wembanyama is on this list, and I'll go over why. I don't have fun really using him anymore. He just is so good, and he still is fun to shoot around over people all the time. So I do have him on this list. But at number 10, I have Jonathan. Spell it right. Okay. Jonathan Bender, though, if I can spell it right. I'm struggling. Jonathan Bender. Now, he is a 7-foot small forward with 92 speed. He has an 86 ball with such a butter jump shot. I was trying to get him yesterday, and the reason he was going over 200K since he came out for so long as a pink diamond is because of how good he is. But he also does have every badge in the game. Now, he does have like 80, basically mid-80s every stat. But he's just good at everything. Hot zones everywhere. Such a better jump shot. If he could dribble a little bit better, he would probably be number 1 on this list right now if we're talking about. Actually, no, he'll be like number 2 on this list. But like dunk packages are crazy. He has normal fades, so if he had a little bit of a better fade, some better dribbling sigs, he'd be top 3. But he's number 10. He's just a new card that's refreshing. That's really fun to use. I have him at number 10 on my list. At number 9, I have. Now this is a card y'all probably again have never seen, never used. Darius Garland. De'Aaron Fox also could be on this list, but I just didn't put him on this list because, well, he doesn't have a great card that can be running anymore. But his pink time was really fun. But Darius Garland's Opal, he's not a comp card. He's kind of hard to use because of how short he is, but he has the best dribbling sigs in the game, basically everywhere. He has one of the better fades in the game, one of the best jump shots in the game, like super quick. And even some of his dunk packages are like simple, but they're not like super. They're not gonna get blocked all the time. Hot zones everywhere. I mean, he's literally basically I would say the best sig-wise offensive card in the game. That, like, the best balanced sig card in the game. Because, yeah, he doesn't have the best jump shots in the game like the Cam Thomas base that Beasley will have. But he has basically every dribble move is the best in the game, basically, with this card. And if y'all just dribble around with Garland, you'll understand what I'm saying. I mean, this card has every dribbling badge, Hall of Fame. He literally runs like everywhere across the court. 96 feet ball. Like, this card is so hard to guard. It's just he plays no defense, so you're not gonna ever see him actually on the court because of his height and the defense he plays. But he is one of the funnest cards to use in this game. If y'all want to try a pink diamond or a diamond Garland out in salary cap, you'll have a blast, bro. Now, at number 8, we got another card y'all probably never see. It's John Wall. If you guys love Rudy, if you love Julius Erving, you'll love John Wall. He has that jump shot. His Pro 3 fade's really fun and it's nice and it's different, so it's fun to use. His dribbling's very, very good. Like, he dribbles wicked nicely, dunks crazy, and defensively he's actually great. He gets blocks. He has the height. He has 6'3", great wingspan. He's just missing paint patroller. He's missing post lockdown. He's missing bailout, break starter, Limmy, and then I probably would add just slippery off ball, but. This is one of the funnest cards to use in this game, and I had him as my point guard for a good little bit of time. The only reason I took him off is because Austin Reeves came out in the game, and Austin Reeves is just better. But I would say John Wall is more fun to use. This is where we got Rudy. Can't say his last name. I mean, he's basically Dr. J, but moves better than Dr. J. And Dr. J isn't on this list. Dr. J is just so. I've used him so much. And he's just so, like, training. He's just such a training wheels of a card. And he has the fade. He has the jump shot. He has the behind the back and the crossover and, like, the escape. But he still does have normal dribble style and some other things. So if Dr. J had basically these dribble sigs, then he'd be on this list. But basically, Rudy is just a better dribbling but worse defensive Dr. J. But, I mean, he's great. He moves well. He's obviously really fun to use every year in my team. He is number 7 on this list. At number 6, this is where I have Mr. Victor Wembanyama. Oh, wait. Is this number... Wait, I'm dumb. Am I dumb? Wait, okay. 1. This is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4... Wait. I'm trying to make sure I have enough. Am I dumb? Bro, am I forgetting some? Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay. No, Wemby's number 5. Yeah, I skipped the spot. Wemby's number 5. I'll talk about him in a second. I was like, Wemby's supposed to be top 5. Zach LaVine. I have more fun using John Wall and probably Garland than LaVine, but LaVine is more, he is a little different of a card, and that's why I have him higher. Now, Garland's different, but it's hard. It's really, like, you have a ton of fun running Garland, but there's a cap to how much fun you can have with that card when he can't run really effectively in Showdown when you get in the higher tiers. But LaVine, his defense isn't great, but it's a lot better than Garland. He has the height. And LaVine's just a fun card because he has his pull-up, which is nice. His jump shot's really nice. And his dribbling, I mean, everyone knows his snatchback, but some of his dribbling is actually really fun to use, and it's just a different card, so it's refreshing. And, I mean, he has free throw dunks, and it's nothing crazy. So it's just a refreshing card to use that does have the height, and he's just one of the better offensive cards that can run in Showdown with a little bit of defense. Now, Reeves is better, and Reeves has some great SIGs, but Reeves doesn't have as good offense as LaVine. But he does have the better jump shot, and he does have just more badges. Now, Wembanyama is number 5, simply as if, I mean, when you first get a Victor Wembanyama card in this game, you're going to have a blast running the card. But then it gets to a point where the card just gets boring to use because he's just so easy to use. I mean, basically all you're going to do is just shoot everything with him, and it is fun. But again, it gets to a point where you've used him so long that it's like you only really want to have to rely on him when, you know, you actually have to win games. Like, fading with him's fun, dribbling with him's fun a little bit, and, like, shooting everything. But it eventually just gets to a point where it gets boring, and you really only want to do it when you're really playing comp and you just have to win games. But he still is, for the fact of the first week or two that you get Wembanyama, you're going to have so much fun with the card that probably won't get replicated. So you have to have him on this list. At number 4, this is where I have a card that you probably wouldn't even expect. Dark Matter Jokic. I did a gameplay on him, and the name of my video was one of the funnest cards to use in my team. And I stand with that. Now, he is a good card. He's not a bad card at all. He's a borderline top 10 power forward. But what makes him so fun, he has a little bit of a slower jump shot. But he can actually dribble. His dribble pull-up and his step back, hop jumper. These two things are the reason why he is so fun. Because he's a 6'11 dude with a fade that you can barely guard and a hop jumper that's the one-leg hop that everyone used last year. And people don't do him as much this year, but if you get this card, you're going to want to do it. And he's just so fun to use. When he gets another card after this one, he's going to be a top card in the game, especially if he has small forward eligibility. He'll be a top 5 small forward. But even if he gets another card and it's only a power forward, if he has just a different base, he will be the best power forward in the game, probably. But I mean, again, offensively he's really fun. It's just a really fun, different card that you can actually dribble and play through a power forward offensively. And there's not many guys you can really do that with. Now, at number 3, we got Michael Beasley. I think everyone has used this card. If not yet, you're gonna. Also, let me preface this. I didn't do this yet. I wanted to add cards that weren't super unobtainable. Because obviously, if you get 100 overall Jordan, if you get 100 overall KP or Vince Carter or Shaq, they're all gonna be number 1. But nobody really has those cards. Brandon Ingram, another card, his Dark Matter, I would have added him on this list. He's barely obtainable, so I'm not going to add cards that are barely obtainable because you guys probably want to find cards that are fun to use, and you're going to realize, oh, most of the cards on this list I can't get. So I wanted to add all guys that are pretty obtainable to get, that you guys could get, because, well, like I said, what the hell are you going to do when you want to get the funnest card in the game and it's 100 overall? Obviously, a 100 overall card is going to be one of the funnest cards in the game. So again, Jason Richardson, I mean, he's not obtainable anymore, but most people got him. He is a really fun card to use. Bender, he's cheap. Garland, he's cheap. John Wall, he's pretty cheap. There's a million rubies on the auction house. He's free today, but he's not that expensive. He's expensive, but I had to add him. Jokic is decently expensive, but he's an under the radar fun card. Beasley, I mean, all the top 5 guys are going to be expensive, but they are also obtainable. There's like a bunch of them on the auction house. They're obtainable. You just have to have the MT for them. But Beasley is, oh, I didn't even go over him yet. Beasley, I think we all know what Beasley is. He's a park card. He literally has park sigs, park base, park fade, park dribble style, best behind the back in the game, one of the best step backs in the game. Really good dunk packages. He's a 6'9" small forward. We all know about him. He's one of the hardest cards to guard in the game. And I think the hardest card to guard in this game is my number 2 spot, Gary Payton. I just got him as my point guard, and I haven't lost a showdown game since. I mean, his jump shot is literally the reason why. His movement isn't even the greatest. It's not bad, but it's not even the greatest. It's literally just this jump shot, his normal fade going right, and the defense he brings on the court with that offense, he's just so fun to use. There's nothing that lacks on this card, and I think he is the best point guard in the game besides Magic, but if I'm picking Magic or Gary Payton, I'm picking Gary Payton on my team. But Magic does have the more versatility where you don't have to have, you can have a million scoring and shooting guards. You'll have the defense with Magic. And Gary Payton has better defense than Magic, but Magic is taller, so he's going to play the better defense. And he can play switch all. Gary Payton can't play switch all. Now, the funnest card in the game, in my opinion, is Kevin Durant. Opal Kevin Durant, it would be on this list. Dark Matter Kevin Durant is number 1 on this list. Why? This card has very quick timing. The amount of times I see people fade from half court with this card, basically every possession and green it, basically every possession is ridiculous. You can't really contest the card. His dribbling is actually low-key nice for him. His layup package is just quickly, you lay up over people. He dunks the ball really well. He's a 6'10" small forward, 7'5" wingspan, crazy offense. I mean, he has a 98 3 ball, 95 driving dunk, 90 everything with the ball, 95 everything with the ball, with a fade that's like basically unguardable and a jump shot that's really hard to guard. The Opal Kevin Durant still is really good, but he's a little bit worse than the Dark Matter. But like this Opal, I have so much fun with, and people slander this card all the time. He only has normal timing, so he's not going to be the funnest card in the game compared to the Dark Matter, where he does have very quick timing. But the Pink Diamond, you can't run him really at all because he has no defense. But the Opal, you can have this card and go out with him and still hoop really well with him. And I still want this card. Out of any Opal option pack I get, or an Opal Premium, really the only Opal I'm hoping for that could actually make a spot on my team right now is KD or Wilt, and that's it. So I think Kevin Durant is the funnest card in my team right now. Now, again, I'm not including the 100 overall players. B-Roy, you can put on this list if you wanted to. Again, this is my opinion, and there definitely are other cards. Like, I love the Austin Reeves card and B-Roy and Dr. J, but I just think they get repetitive and they get boring. These guys never really get repetitive. I mean, J-Rich sometimes, but not really. Gary Payton, Beasley, they don't get repetitive. Wemby does get repetitive, but the first week or two that you get them, it just that fun that you'll have with the first 2 weeks of running this card whenever you get them can't get topped. But Kevin Durant, I mean, he's so expensive for a reason. He's so elite, and he's the most fun card in the game, in my opinion. So again, this is my list. Y'all let me know what y'all list is. What is y'all's funnest card to use in this game in y'all's opinion? Let me know in the comment section. But if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.